Okay, I'm live. How is everybody? I want to talk about a subject. I'll wait till people come in to talk about this particular topic that no one seems to notice but me. But me, I have noticed this. So I wonder if anyone else has noticed it in the country or other countries. I don't know where. But have you noticed this? Hello, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Talk. Oh, you just left. I'll wait. Okay, we got 2 viewers. Today's topic is basically something that I've been noticing, and I wonder if anyone else is noticing this. I'll get a thumb up. But no views. Views just dropped out, and they're back. Yeah, the day's topic is, I've been noticing this for a while. I guess I want to say something about it. Make a meme about it or something, because it seems that this has been going on for a while. And the streetlights, for example, that I grew up with, those teardrop-shaped bubble lights that used to be arch over everything, like they used to arch. They were very interesting, very sleek, very cool designs. Are now just disappearing. They're being replaced by square, flat LEDs that look ugly, as you can imagine them to be. 2 thumbs up, thank you. Does anyone else notice that these lights are slowly disappearing? No, I don't think she's here right now. Just you, Nomad. But I wonder if anyone else has noticed this trend that's going on. There's a slow disappearance of the old school, I guess, that were everywhere in the 80s and 90s. Bubble lights, those little those teardrop-shaped bubble lights that used to arch over. They looked really cool. They're really sleek, really streamlined. There seems to be a disappearance of those lights. Those bubble lights, those teardrop-shaped bubble lights that used to be everywhere on highways, on in parking lots. They were around in the 70s. I know they're a lot less. June buzzing around. Interesting, Nomad. Interesting. A lot of things are changing. But am I the only one to notice that we see less and less of those old school street lights that were around during the 70s, 80s, and 90s? You know which ones I'm talking about, right? Those ones that I showed a picture of it as for the stream, so you know what I'm talking about. They seem to be vanishing. being replaced by ugly square LEDs. I remember those lights used to have yellow light. Remember? Aldi ones. Yeah. Yeah, those ones. The ones that looked really kind of like, very streamlined, very kind of like almost like a teardrop shaped, they were less. Yeah, they used to be everywhere. I remember that those lights used to generate a yellow light. A very nice yellow light that was very comforting and everything like that. And the ones we got now are just these bright white lights. Those ugly LEDs generate those like really bright white lights, and not that really nice, cool yellow light. No, no, no. Maybe it's just me because I'm getting older, but it just seems to me that we're losing something that that used to be a staple in this country, and maybe things are changing. I don't know, but technology's getting better, I guess, and maybe these LED lights are replacing. But why do they have to make them look like square, ugly things? At the very least, give them some some curves and not some make them look square and flat. Like I don't know. It looks square and ugly. These new lights. They don't have the same kind of sleek look that the older ones did. And maybe people don't care, and that's the reason why I'm the only one to notice. But has anyone? But just tell me, anyone in the other has this been happening in other parts of the country, or in your country where these lights are slowly being replaced? I'm just asking. Am I the only one to notice this change? Hello, bro. I'm on a live stream.
Oh, you're doing a live stream right now?
Yeah, I was talking about maybe you can help me out. This is my good friend Camo Campa. Everybody, I was doing a live stream. Are you the only one to notice this? Are you the only one to notice this? Is that the those do you remember those old like teardrop-shaped bubble lights that used to be everywhere in America?
Yes.
Have you noticed they've been disappearing slowly but surely, being replaced by square, ugly lights that don't?
That's something you say that because I went looking for like fog lights and stuff for Jeep.
Yeah.
And the only thing I saw was square.
Yeah, and they're ugly, aren't they? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
like the round because like on my 04 TJ Rubicon, it's all round headlights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also remember those lights. I just remember them being teardrop shaped and having a bubble at the bottom, and they used to have a curve kind of thing, that curved pipe. They looked interesting, didn't they? They had a very sleek, kind of like naturistic design. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yes.
And
Jesse,
yes.
But did you say that you were doing a live stream now?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell, but I was just talking about the lights. You know what I mean, they're not seeing you.
Yes.
But we're just talking about the lights, and everyone's because I'm not the only one to notice the disappearing lights, like street lights from my childhood that used to be everywhere are now vanishing. You know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So does anyone else notice this? That they're just slowly vanishing. You don't see them as much anymore. You see them maybe in towns and maybe some small parking lots anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to be going away.
Yeah, it's odd because, like I said, I went to work for uh, fog lights and stuff, and everything that was out there was just square.
Square and ugly. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's
But
just like everything's getting square and ugly when it comes to design. You know.
yeah.
I mean, everything around us is just like square and ugly. How you doing, Iron Man? I mean, those lights that we used to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Are you going to have any thing delicious for dinner?
Oh yeah, chicken, rice.
Oh, nice.
All right, bro. Oh, come to the stream and I'll. Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Okay, we'll do. Bye.
Yeah, that's a weird one. The new lights. Yeah, the new LEDs. They track your movement, Bert. You know, the new LEDs. The light they generate is pretty bright and white. I remember that the old teardrop-shaped lights were bright to a certain extent, but not as much. And they had generated a nice soft yellow light. Just made everything look magical on the streets. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older. I'm noticing these changes. It seems that everything, that's being designed is getting uglier. I mean, there was a time when technology used to be sleek. It used to be had curves. Now it's getting like square and ugly. Anybody knows that? It's not just the lights. I can tell you that. I mean, yeah, progress happens, but it's the way that they're designing the technology. It's designed to be square, ugly, and formless to the point. There's literally no like sleekness to it. There's no artistic style to it anymore. No architecture. How you doing, Camo Campo? So it's not just the lights. Everything's getting square and ugly, and it's not nice. So the lights are brighter now. The street lights are brighter, but they're also they don't have that kind of magical yellow light that the old ones did. Amazing, isn't it? So true, Nomad. So true. Antique looking LED. But yeah, it's maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe it's just me. But has anyone noticed around the country? Me too, early riser. Oh yeah. Well, there's only one. It's on my belt. There's only one. Let's see. It's on my belt. So, It's on my belt, like this. Yeah. I did a review on it, Camo Campa. I did a video review if you want to watch it later on. Yeah, I noticed the lights are so odd. Yeah, Camo Campa, they're very a little strange. Amen, Iron Man, amen. But have you noticed in your country, Iron Man, that the street lights are changing? I don't know what type of street lights you had in your country. Street lights or lights in parking lots. But in my country, we had during the 70s and 80s and 90s these very interesting, stylized, sleek, like teardrop-shaped bubble lights. They generated a semi-bright yellow hue of a light, and they're just disappearing. Thank you, Kama. So I'm noticing this change in the street lights, and I've been noticing it for a while, and I do appreciate every time I go into a. Everything's going to produce no real process. So true, Iron Man. But have you noticed that your street lights are changing in your country? What were your street lights during the 80s and 90s like? Are they? Because I noticed my street lights are changing. I'm just the only one noticing this trend, I guess. But maybe I'm not. Maybe there are other people that are noticing it. Yeah, the LED. Horrible. I guess you noticed it too. What did your street lights look like back in the day? Yeah, the ones that you had before compared to the ones you have now. Did they look like ours, or were they different? Ours were teardrop shaped. They were kind of slants, like like arched a little bit, like this. It's very interesting how things are changing, and you got to be with it, I guess. But sometimes you miss things, Interesting. Interesting, Iron Man. Ours weren't like that, though. Well, we did have some lights, but they were indoor lights sometimes back in the 80s. But they're called studio lights, I guess. Yeah, interesting. Guess I'll try to show it. You get it. Interesting, isn't it? How things change. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all, Iron Man? Wouldn't we all? But some things you do miss from the old days. One of them is those streetlights. You know, there are a few left, but they're slowly being replaced. There were some on my road that I appreciate walking past, but now they've been replaced as well. There are some of those lights in my town that are still around. And when I see them, I appreciate them because there's not many left. They're lights that are now, most of the time, they're on like telephone poles. You know, a relic from another time. So true, Iron Man. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I wanted to see if I was the only one that noticed this. Oh, so true, Gamma Gamma. But yeah. Oh boy. Really spicy stuff. I don't like spicy. Iron Man. No. No, Iron Man. I smell roadkill. It's not a pleasant odor. Yep. 6 thumbs up. Thank you. That being said, I think I've gotten my answer. I mean, people have noticed. You know, people have noticed that these changes are making place. Now, I do miss the old streetlights. I really do. Camo Campa. All right. Well, you know, down to 3 views. I think I've done this stream justice. I think we all got our answer about the lights and how they changed. So I'll give everybody a chance to say their goodbyes before I go off air. And I got nothing more to say about it. That's pretty much it. I don't have a comic book collection. Iron Man. Boy, you're going on stereotypes, aren't you? That's like saying all British people love tea and crumpets. And eat limes. Yeah. Well, thank you, Kampa. It's cool, Nancy. Before you go, Nancy, tell me something. Have you noticed what I've noticed? That the old bubble lights, the old, teardrop-shaped street lights are basically slowly disappearing and being replaced by square LED, ugly LED lights, All right. Okay. Well, it's been good talking to everybody. I'll catch you on the flip side. This stream is over.